What's going on, guys? JPS back for another video, and today we're going to be reacting to normal everyday German things that really surprised me. Now this video comes from a New Zealander who has actually lived in Germany, so we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of German everyday life and some of the things that someone maybe wouldn't quite realize they do differently, like an actual German living in Germany. It's cool to have an outsider's perspective actually living in Germany, not just visiting. So with that being said, let's get right into this.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, it is so great to have you. I'm Antoinette, a New Zealander living in Germany. Recently, a few people have asked me, Antoinette, do you ever run out of ideas when it comes to talking about Germany? And I can honestly say that I never run out of ideas, and I don't think I ever will. I have got almost 10 years worth of Germany related content right here, and I love to talk about it, and I love that you guys enjoy listening to it. So with that being said, in this video today, I am going to be talking about everyday, regular German things that really surprised me when I first moved to Germany. So in no particular order, one of the things that I was very surprised about, almost shocked about, is the fact that the majority of Germans drive manual cars. And according to the research that I have done, it is about 90% of Germans that drive manual cars. Not 19%, 90%. This is something I found so surprising because around 90% of New Zealanders drive automatic cars. And so for somebody in New Zealand to drive a manual car, that is something really rare. You do not see that every day. The subject of driving in Germany is something that is heavily on my mind at the moment because, as I've mentioned before, I'm in the process of doing my German driver's license, and I could save this for a whole video of its own. I will definitely be making a dedicated video on this subject, but for now I'm just going to be talking about the fact that I am learning to drive a manual car, and this is like nothing for Germans. Like, everyone in Germany learns to drive in a manual, but in New Zealand hardly anybody does. Why do so many Germans choose to drive manual cars over automatic cars? This was the question I asked myself.
Because it's just way better. And also, guys, I bet the figure 90% of New Zealanders driving automatic cars, I bet it's 99% in the United States. Not actually, but it's so high. Like, no one knows how to drive manual. And German drivers, you guys are just better drivers than American drivers. We are the worst possible drivers ever. But yeah, driving a manual car, you're more in tune. You're shifting through the gears with your car. Like, if I have a nice car, I want it to be manual. That's how everyone should be. Manual should be the standard, but it's not. Because we're lazy. In automatic, you just go boom, and then boom. You're just driving. It's so easy. But manual, way better.
I was so confused by this because, to me, logically, I think it's so much easier to drive an automatic car where everything's done for you, and, you know, why add extra stress to your life and extra work when you don't really need to? I asked my husband this question because he has always driven a manual car. He's just used to it and he prefers to drive a manual. He said to me that for him, driving an automatic is boring and it takes the fun out of driving, and he feels like when he's driving a manual, he has much more control of the car and he has just like a better feel for the car. And so that was his answer. I would love to hear some of your answers in the comment section. So guys, the next regular everyday German thing that really surprised me when I first came to Germany was the concept of winter tires. I had never heard of this in my life before, winter tires. So in Germany, for safety reasons, it is absolutely mandatory to have winter tires on your car during the winter months. So by law, these tires in Germany have to have a minimum of 1.6 millimeters tread depth. So these tires, they're just thick.
Yeah, we have no such law in the United States. You can ride around on anything as long as you're, which I think now that might be pretty unsafe, but you see it. People don't have winter tires. They're sliding down the road, get a little bit of snow. That's why our insurance rates are so high. There's always someone crashing into someone on a hill. Oh man.
They're better quality or less likely to slip in extreme weather conditions. This does make sense because in Germany it snows and there is a lot more extreme weather in winter time compared to New Zealand. It just surprised me because I'd never really heard of the concept of winter tires. In New Zealand, they drive with just regular tires all year round. So these tires would be sort of the equivalent to the German everyday tires, not the winter tires. So I asked myself the question, why do Germans not drive all year round with winter tires? That would definitely save them having to change their tires over halfway through the year. And my husband Rob said to me that winter tires in Germany are very expensive, and so you want to save on those tires and only use them when you really have to use them, and the rest of the time you drive with your less expensive, regular tires. So if you were caught driving without your winter tires in Germany during the winter months, you will be fined between 40 and 80 euros. And also if you are in an accident without your winter tires during the winter months, then your insurance company will most likely not cover you. So it's very important that you drive with your winter tires in Germany during the winter months. Okay, so moving on to a completely different subject. This is something that
sounds like there's a lot more maintenance involved and like attention to detail involved with being a driver in Germany. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It keeps everyone safe and all that. But I feel like in the United States, like I see people driving the most non-roadworthy vehicles you've ever seen, bro. Like there's no way that they should be driving that on the highway, and they do. Our place, there's no rules in the United States sometimes. Like I've seen someone driving an electric scooter on the highway, 55, 65 mile per hour speed limit. You know what? Like at that point, they're taking the risk themselves, because an electric scooter is not going to hurt anyone else. But if they get hit, your life is instantly over, bro. There is no protection on that thing at all.
Really surprised me when I first came to Germany, which is something that most Germans would think nothing of. It's just a regular everyday thing, and that is German shower heads. So the majority of shower heads in Germany are removable shower heads. So in Germany, the shower heads, they slip into like a little thing, and you can stand up and have your shower and the water is pouring over you, or you can grab the shower head and you can sort of wash yourself with the shower head. So you can actually take the shower head off the holder, or whatever. I'm not explaining this very well. In New Zealand, the shower heads actually fix, so you can't grab them. They're not removable. I'm not saying that all shower heads are like this in New Zealand, but I personally have never seen a removable shower head in New Zealand. So that was something I was like, wow, I wasn't sure how I felt about it at the beginning. Now I don't know how I could live without a removable shower head. I love it. It's just so much easier to wash when it's removable. You just grab it and you can like wash under your arms, you can wash down here. When you're washing your hair, you can just like really get in there and the water's like right up, in your hair, and it's like really good pressure, and I just love that. And whenever I go back home to New Zealand and I have a shower, I feel like the pressure's not very good and I just want to grab the shower head, but I can't. And so that is something that was really like an unusual concept to me when I first came to Germany. I've grown to love it. If you're watching this and you're from
I'm honestly the opposite way. Like when I was staying in Germany, I noticed that all the shower heads are removable, but like for me, I don't need that removable. I can just turn and like, I don't know. I guess maybe the water pressure in the United States is really strong, or at least in my experience, a lot of the water pressure I've had is like, it's like a jet stream of water coming at you. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know, but I couldn't care for those.
Country other than New Zealand or Germany, does your country have removable or fixed shower heads? I'm really interested to know. Okay guys, so moving on to another subject, a completely different subject again. Now this is something that totally surprised me when I first came to Germany, and right now I probably see this on a daily basis in Germany. This is a regular everyday thing that you would see in Germany. You don't even blink an eyelid. This is the older generation in Germany, probably over the age of about 70, riding bicycles. And wow, I thought this was amazing when I first saw this in Germany. Like this was something you barely ever see in New Zealand, older people riding bicycles. And in Germany, they not only ride bicycles, they ride without helmets, and they go on long sort of bike treks. This is just something that is so normal in Germany, to see the older generation riding bicycles, and I think this is amazing. You know how the old saying goes, if you don't use it, you lose it, and that is so, so true. I love to see the older generation just getting out there and being active and just enjoying life, and you just see this so often in Germany, at least the area of Germany where I live. We have a lot of really nice bike tracks in our area of Germany that take you from town to town, village to village, city to city. And I think it is just a really great practical way to get around riding your bike. This is something I just love about Germany. The older generation, they just get out there on their bikes, they make a whole weekend of it. They'll go for big bike tours and groups, and they'll stop for like little picnics along the river, and it's just something that is really normal to see in Germany. And I remember when my mum was staying with us, she commented about the fact that so many Germans, like older Germans, ride bikes, and I think that is so cool. And I hope that when I am like over 70, I will be active and riding my bike. I have even seen people over 80 riding bikes in Germany. How cool is that? So anyway, guys, that's all I've got for
I don't think you would see that in the United States, honestly. The bike riding, our older generation, our country treats them so poorly, so there's nowhere really to bike. But that's good. I think if you see an older generation that's active, that says a lot about the country. Like, that's a really good sign, especially you see a lot of people in shape. And also, when you're older, you should be active and going out and doing things. What's the point in being alive? Like, you know, that's the whole point, is to be able to do stuff like that. So I hope that I'm able to. Again, not all people who are older are able to do that. Like, that's just the reality of life. So, but the fact that there's a good amount of them in Germany doing that just says a lot about the country, being physically active, going out, enjoying the outdoors. Like, that's where we're most happy, being outside. And so many things nowadays are, they're all about being sedentary, being inside, being online and all that. And that's cool and all, but at the end of the day, life is about being outside and doing things. So great video here. Really enjoyed it. And I hope also, I was just thinking about this the whole time. I hope when I'm older I'm able to. So I got to take care of my joints, my knees for sure. I feel like knees are something that can go bad when you get older for sure. So we'll see what I can do with that. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought about this video. What are some normal German things that you think are like so normal to you, but in other countries it would be weird? Let me know in the comments down below. And thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.